Senator Marchione, great to meet you finally.
Nice to meet you as well.
You have a packed house here today. We're expecting thousands of people out there. You sent out a petition which got an incredible response. How many people are we talking about?
About 126,000.
What does that say about the message gun owners, supporters of firearm freedom, supporters of our freedom in general, are sending to Governor Cuomo?
Well, they're saying they're not going to put up with this. They do not want the new SAFE Act. They feel that it's unconstitutional, that it's taking away their Second Amendment rights, and they're standing strong and they're standing with me on this issue.
Mm-hmm. And you, in response to what the governor did, you called it a necessity vote. Explain what you were meaning.
In New York, the governor has the right to issue a message of necessity. That means that the normal waiting time for a bill is 3 days. When you have a message of necessity, you can vote immediately. The governor said this was a message of necessity. I said, no, it was not. 20 minutes we had the bill on our desk and we had to vote on it at that time. It didn't give people the right to talk about the bill, to tell us what they didn't like, to tell us what they might like. It just was rammed through and it was pushed through much too quickly.
You know, and he calls it a necessity, and they keep talking about how this is in the name of public safety, how this is about keeping guns out of criminals' hands. Who's kidding who about what that's going to accomplish? Whether it's, you know, expanding the assault weapons ban, limiting the ammunition clips, who's kidding who?
Yeah, I mean, we all know criminals will always get guns. There's gang guns that they share, and they're not the ones who are suffering. Our law-abiding citizens are going to be made criminals if they don't register what the newly defined assault weapons are, and it's just completely wrong. They're law-abiding citizens who bought guns legally and now are going to be turned into criminals. It's shameful.
Mm-hmm. You're a freshman.
I am.
You ran saying it's coming. And it's not just coming, is it? When it comes to our freedoms and the assault, it's here, isn't it?
It's here. It was here on my first full day of session. I didn't expect that it was going to come so soon, but it has come. But I'm so proud of the people of New York who have stood up so strong. I mean, this is a work day for people. And to have what we believe is going to be almost 10,000 people down here, and this is the third rally that we've had, they are just standing strong. And I'm proud of them that they're here and they care so deeply about the freedoms that, let's face it, our founding fathers fought for, and people all across our nation have fought for many years, and we need to continue to stand strong and fight for it as well.
But the governor says he's not going to change much of the bill, except, as I was reading, he plans to give an exemption for Hollywood because he feels like he has to facilitate the industry. You're actually going to try to move to repeal it.
I am. Our legislation is done as of today. It's in bill drafting. We have completed the bill. It will repeal sections of the current law. It repeals the newly defined assault weapons. It repeals the magazine from 10 to 7 rounds. It repeals the mental health aspects of this. You know, even listening to the mental health experts, they're so very concerned that it will put people who have mental illness in the shadows again. So they're very concerned about how it was written. And this morning I spoke with a local county who said that the new rules relative to mental health, they will have to hire so many people in order to meet the new law, just another unfunded mandate that the mental health profession feels is going to hurt.
But why do you think it is, and so many people are speaking out about how this whole debate is totally misfocused? Why do you think it's that they want to go after the gun owner, go after the gun, implement a gun ban, when they know that it's so much deeper and it has nothing to do with the firearm?
I think it was an easier fix. You know, everybody was emotionally traumatized by the Sandy Hook shooting, and I mean, it was horrible, all those beautiful children and the people who tried to protect them. And I think it was an opportunity for those who would like to ban guns to jump on a tragedy and do that. My concern is there will be other tragedies. And once there's a registration of gun owners, of banned assault weapons, the newly defined assault weapons, what will be the next step? Our governor did use the word confiscation, and we're very concerned that the next step would be, will he confiscate those guns that they now know where they are?
And confiscation, as we all have witnessed, just look at what happened in England. They took away the handguns. What happened? Crime went up. Who had the guns? the criminals.
That's right.
Do you find like the system is upside down, whether it's the debate or whether it's the criminal justice system, when you see these people that are arrested let out time and time, the repeat offender problem?
There is a repeat offender problem, and there's not a gun problem. Law-abiding citizens, and I keep going back to that, they're not our problem. It's the problem of criminals, as you've said, and criminals will always get guns. They always have, just like you're saying in England. And then if we don't have anything to defend ourselves and defend our families, what will law-abiding citizens do? I mean, I've listened to people in more rural areas where they don't have a policeman on every corner, and they say, this is how I'm going to protect my family. God forbid someone comes in to do us bodily harm. And, you know, we heard the governor say you don't need it for hunting. Our Second Amendment rights are not for hunting. They're to protect ourselves, and we need to be able to make sure that we fight for those.
I got to ask you this, because, you know, we all know the term assault weapon. It was made up to begin with. Do you think that most of the people who voted on this bill have any clue really what a quote-unquote assault weapon is and why it's no different than any other firearm that's out there?
I think it's very technical and very difficult to understand. I myself need to sit down and look at it, look at that and say, what exactly you're talking about. So I think it's very difficult to be able to define to anyone, and I think that's one of the problems with the law. You know, if you said to somebody, do you want to keep your children safe? This law is going to do it. Somebody's going to say yes. You know, get the assault weapons off the streets. People don't even know what that means. You know, the governor defined it as the scary weapon. Well, an AR-15 is one of the most popular guns, if not the most popular gun in the United States.
And talk to women, and they use it because they say it's the easiest weapon for self-defense.
Yes, it is.
Well, thanks for taking the time, but we're in for a long fight, aren't we?
We are.
All righty. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you.